Hey, my friends. This is T. Gerard Williams of the T. Gerard Williams Show. And as usual, my friends, we are glad to be on the air, and we are glad that you are with us today. Listen, I've got on the line a wonderful personality, somebody that I've enjoyed talking to over the brief time that we've spent talking. Her name is Sharifah Hardie, and she has decided to join us on our show as our featured guest today, my friends. And I am excited as all get out that she's here. Sharifah, are you on the line?
Yes, and I'm excited as well.
Well, great. Listen, I am so glad that you are here tonight, and I know that my listeners are going to be excited by some of the information that we're going to share tonight. And I am just, you know what? I am so excited. I'm going to just step out of this conversation, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself to my listeners. I'm going to allow you to go ahead and just lead us any way you want us to go tonight. And we'll just jump in, and I'll step back, and I'll just say, Sharifah, the floor is yours.
Don't jump back. Don't step back. You know, I need you here to dance with me. I can introduce myself, but you know your listeners. You know what they're interested in. I'm a professional business consultant. I'm an online marketing specialist. There's so many different hats that I wear. It's kind of hard to introduce them all, but at the bottom line is that I am here to help. So if there's anyone who's just starting a business, who's thinking about starting a business, that's what I do. So any questions you have are definitely going to help your listeners. So again, I know you know very well.
Well, Sharifah, I tell you what, first of all, let's do this. Let's tell my listeners where you're located, first of all, where you're calling in from.
I'm calling in from Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, California. Isn't that nice? How's the weather out there, by the way?
It's lovely today. We had some rain. You know, we had some rain over the last 2 days. And it doesn't rain in Southern California, but it's beautiful today.
Well, that's great. Hey, listen, the reason I ask you that is because, you know, I know that since you're an online marketer, we don't have any limitations. We don't have any borders. We can help people all around the globe. And I wanted to make sure that my listeners knew where you were, and that if you're local, they can see you there. And if they're global, they can also consult with you for any of the things that they need to be doing for online marketing, and especially for starting their businesses. Now, listen, I looked at your website, and I have got to say that you are one of the busiest, hardest working people I've ever seen in my life. I mean, listen. I looked at that website, and I saw, first of all, that you're a professional business consultant. Now, listen, I want to make sure that they know that they're dealing with a professional, and that you're an online marketing specialist, that you had your own radio show, Ask Sharifah Radio. You've done interviews. In fact, I'm even going to step out on a limb and say you've done interviews on a par with yours truly, and that's a great compliment.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And the thing is, you seem to have a heart and a passion to help people, and we want to make sure that all of the listeners across the globe, those who will be listening live and those who will be listening on the rebroadcast, to know that you are caring about what they're going through, because you're inspiration. I mean, you have gone through some of the life difficulties, and you come out on the other end of it, and you have excelled. And so let's just go ahead and talk about some of the things that you've done on a professional level as far as what you're offering to our listeners today.
Well, I mean, I thank you for your compliments, and I say with all humbleness, it definitely wasn't me. It was only God. Nobody but God who brought me through each and every situation that I went through. But the gift in being laid off so many times is that I learned. I've worked for so many different companies, from American Express to Key Tickets, that I learned to wear a lot of different hats. And I had to figure out a way to feed my children. I started and built my first website in 1994, really because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was my driving force. I just wanted to be at home with my children. And then over the years, my kids just kept saying, "Mom, we're hungry." And I was like, "Dang, kids got to eat." So I had to figure out how to do whatever it takes, from a legal perspective, to feed my children. And so I started online marketing. I started building websites. I started consulting because my friends and my family were like, how did you do that? How did you create a website? Okay, we have a website. How do you market that website? And so that is really the driving force. And then when people began to ask me questions, I moved into the consulting aspect, but I knew that many of the people who had questions couldn't afford the consulting fee, and even if they could take a couple of $100 here, $100 there towards a consulting fee, that was coming out of their marketing budget. And without the necessary funds in a marketing budget, no matter how wonderful a product is, no matter how wonderful a service is, if you don't have a marketing budget, it's very difficult for that product or service to be successful. So what I started doing is just consulting at no charge. Right now, I don't charge. I don't charge for consulting. There's no fees. You know, it's free. I always tell people free is my favorite number. And that's what I do. I help people for free. One of the things that you will see on my website is I have a unique program called my Return to Work program. And what I do is I help in one of two ways. If there's someone out there who wants to get a job, maybe they're unemployed, but they don't know exactly how to do a resume. Maybe they're going into a job and they need a new outfit or an outfit for their interview. Maybe, you know, they have an outfit, but they need a barber. They need a little haircut. I do whatever it takes to try to help people to return to work. Now, again, that's one aspect, but the thing that I really love is the second aspect of my Return to Work program, and that's for people who are unemployed, but who say, and maybe they're not unemployed, maybe they have a job, but they say, you know what, I don't want to work for anyone ever again. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for myself, but I don't know exactly what to do or how to do it. And so through my program, what I do is maybe I'll build the website for them. Maybe I'll help them with some aspect of creating their business. It might be the hosting, or a lot of it is a lot of just consulting with a business owner to build a business for them, to build an infrastructure for them so that they will be able to work either for themselves or, you know, if they like, hey, work for someone else. But as Americans, we need more jobs. We need to create jobs. And I know I can get on my high horse and go off on that whole tangent, but that's really what's important to me and why I don't charge, because I'm here to help. And through my Return to Work program, I'm confident that when people become more successful, they will pay back and pay it forward into the program.
Absolutely. Since we started talking about that, let's do this. Let's step out of this conversation for a second, and let's go ahead and give them the website that they can go to see where you are and what you're about. So what's the website address?
They can visit me online at AskSharifah.com. Again, that address is AskSharifah.com, and Sharifah is SHARIFAH, AskSharifah.com.
Now, let's get back to the teamwork, making the dream work thing that you got going on here. The Return to Work program. I know you talked about it a little bit, but let's go just a little bit deeper in, because there's some things I want to know about it. As far as first of all, when did you start the program?
Well, I just started the program in November, around the Thanksgiving holiday. And I don't know if it was the holiday spirit that moved me or what spirit that moved me, but again, I want to reach people and help people that may not necessarily have the funds or the resources to become employed or to start their own business. So I just... And
the reason I ask that is because that's important to know, but I also noticed, and we're a crowdfunding community. We talk about crowdfunding on our show, and a lot of our listeners are crowdfunding professionals. And I noticed that you have a crowdfunding platform, but not just a crowdfunding platform, but your own proprietary crowdfunding platform. Can you tell me just a little bit about that?
Well, again, I set up my crowdfunding platform because I want to help people. And there's so many people out there who want to raise money, and they don't know how to go about doing it. I said, you know what, I'm going to set up a system. All you have to do is come here, come to AskSharifah.com, go on the website, and create your own crowdfunding campaign. And because my website, AskSharifah.com, is so heavily marketed, if your campaign is on a site, then there is an opportunity for people to contribute to your crowdfunding campaign. And if you look at the first crowdfunding campaign, which is actually my Return to Work program, I'm raising $1 million towards the Return to Work program. I'm not close to my $1 million goal, but the thing about my program is that it's already in motion. I just built a website for a gentleman yesterday who has his own auto detailing business. And he plans on expanding from just a mobile auto detailing company to having 4 trucks that go out and provide, auto detailing. And so I built the website. We have a PR media campaign because what he's doing is really unique. He doesn't even charge people to wash their cars. He comes to them, he washes their cars, and whatever donation they like to make, they make. So if that car wash was worth $1 to you, $10 to you, $20, $100, people are able to get their car washed, get their windows washed. And it's really a nice professional system. But he came in as a part of the program, and all I did was build his website. All I did was create a PR campaign to let people know what he's doing, and this is something that he feels that God has moved him to do. So I have barbers who have volunteered to cut hair as a part of the Return to Work program. I have people who have donated clothes to my Return to Work program. So even though I do have a $1 million goal for my program, the money is not an issue for me. I'm not looking at my program and saying, oh, if I don't get any money, then I'm not going to be able to do this. No, I know God moves, and he's been moving, and I've been watching him move through people. And so this program, my Return to Work program, is already in motion. And if anybody else has another program or a crowdfunding campaign that they would like to create, I would love for them to come add their campaign to my website. We'll push the marketing towards the website, towards their campaign. If they like to raise $500,000, $1 million, $250,000 for whatever area that they're interested in, that's what I'm about. So if I can help people raise money, that's what I'm going to do.
That's fantastic. And like I said, we are crowdfunders, and so we understand the concept. We understand that if you're starting a new business, there's a chance of you getting a business loan or some type of financing from anywhere is really almost impossible. If you have money, they'll give you money. If you have no money, it's hard to get money. And so
Absolutely.
We know that the crowdfunding campaign is actually the way that raising funds is going to be done in the future. So we applaud you for having your own platform, and certainly we pray that it will become one of the biggest platforms and overshadow some of the ones that are out there that are actually not helping people, but actually hurting people. And so we applaud you for that.
I received that.
And so that I don't know if you check my information on the website, but or on Fiverr actually, that I'm a pastor. I've been a pastor now since 1993. Wow, I'm like, the time is really flying by. But as we speak these things into existence, that's why we use the radio as a medium, because the Bible says that when you speak things into existence, God says His word will go out and will not return void. So we speak into existence these things that you are doing in your business, the PR that you're doing for these people who are setting up their crowdfunding platforms, and the fact that they're trying to raise funds for a worthwhile, life-changing goal. And so we speak that into existence even now. And so we stand in agreement with you with what you're doing. And so that was just me, the pastor, just coming out because,
No, I love it. I love it. Thank you, because it's one of the things that, my life has been an open book since 1994, but one of the things that really is not on the internet, you can Google me, there are over 50 pages, links and everything on who I am and what I've done. And I say that with all humbleness, but my point is that I am an ordained minister, and that's nowhere on the internet. I don't talk a lot about that. I talk more about business, but it still comes in because with out of all the scriptures, I live by ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive, which is why I go, everything is ask Sharifah. A lot of times, my focus is not always on helping people to make money. Sometimes my focus is simply on helping people to save money. Because sometimes people go out and I spent $5,000 for this. I spent $2,000 for this. Well, I didn't know that didn't work. Now, you should ask me. I'd have told you. You know what I mean? I'd have given you that information. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm 40 years old. I've been doing this for a long time. So I know what's real. I know what works. I know what's going to help. I know what's going to make the sales. And again, there's no ego in that. I'm completely humble, but just like if you go to a doctor who's been practicing for 20 years, as opposed to the student who just got out of med school. If you go to a lawyer who's been in his career for 30 years, as opposed to the law student who just, he's doing his internship. I've been doing this for 20 years. My kids are 18 and 21 now. So I've seen the market grow. I've seen online marketing grow. I've seen, Google grow, expand. I've seen Facebook and social media come into play. I've been there every step of the way. And so if people have questions, call me, ask me. Visit my website, AskSharifah.com. You don't have to go through the Return to Work program. I mean, just contact me. You can contact me, call me directly, 888-295-4811. Again, that number is 888-295-4811. But if anyone has questions and I can make their job easier as far as creating a business or creating a crowdfunding campaign, that's what I focus on and want people to do, is just simply ask.
Well, that is perfect. I mean, that couldn't have been any better said than that. I used to have a pastor who used to say that you can't lead where you won't go, and you can't teach what you don't know. And I am glad that you have the experience that backs up what you're offering. You see, God prepares us through our life to come to a point such as this, so at a time such as this, so that we can be a vessel that the Master can use, and you are being used by the Master to help people. And
absolutely.
That's a wonderful thing.
And I step into that because, and I'm an author. I wrote a book, and one of the things that I talk about is that when I was laid off more than 6 times. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know how many times I've been laid off at this point. But it's been so many times. It was just too many times. But when I first started getting laid off, I tell people I was having an argument with God. I was having this argument, and God was telling me, no, I want you to go out and help people. And I said, I want to get a job. I want a paycheck. God was like, no, I want you to get a job. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to go get me a job. And at some point, God was just like, okay, what part of I am God did you miss? Because every time I would get a job within 6 months, sometimes 6 months to the day, I get laid off. And I'm like, okay, at some point I had to grow up, wisen up, and just simply say, okay, I hear and I obey. Because God just kept closing the door. He just said, okay, well, fine. You don't want to listen? You don't want to do what I told you to do? Okay. And then he just closed that door. And so I've learned through life to just listen and obey because I'm here to teach. And I've learned that at each and every one of these jobs, if you look at my actual resume right now, people have said that I have a resume like an engineer because I have so many different diverse skills. And that came as a direct result of being laid off 10 times.
That's amazing. I mean, your story is amazing. And as you keep telling me more and more about you. Like I said, you're already the hardest working woman on the internet, and now it's just expanding. It's like it's an overwhelming. I'm never at a loss of words, but with the persona that you project and the things that God has positioned in you is so awesome, and that's really where I'm heading with that. I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you. But see, he didn't do it for me. He did it for everybody else. You know, everybody's given a gift. But that gift, you're not given a gift. He didn't give you a gift for you. Every gift was given to help somebody else. You know, and I really just had to stand into that and walk in that and believe that. And so now I'm so grateful and thankful for all my trials and my tribulations because I've been able to help so many people over the years. I just started the Return to Work program, but that's what I've been doing for years. That's exactly what I've been doing for years. I've been consulting and helping people at absolutely no charge. I wasn't charging it for my help and my guidance, and I can do that. But my thing is that if you really want to work and your goal is to feed your children, I'm not going to just say, okay, well, let me make some money. I got to make some sales, and I got to, make a profit. I got to make a buck off of you because my career path is being a business consultant. No, when you bless somebody else, you're going to be blessed tenfold. And that's what I live by, and that's what I stand by. And so I would rather help one person who legitimately needs help and wants my help and wants my guidance than to worry about the money that I could have made off of all these other people. It just makes me sleep well at night to know that I'm helping people because not a lot of people have the expertise that I have. And again, I say that with all humbleness because even when I did my radio show, I had some of the largest companies in the world as guests on my show. I mean, from Verizon to Boost Mobile to Cox Media to Mall of America, so many different companies were guests on my show because their marketing representatives understood traditional marketing. They knew how to create an ad. They knew how to do a print advertisement. They knew how to do a television commercial. But how do you do advertising for Twitter? How do you do advertising for Facebook? This was a whole new avenue for people, for companies. So they go and talk to the person who's a professional in that area on social marketing, social media marketing, online marketing. And I'm able to explain online marketing versus offline marketing to business owners in a manner that makes sense. Most people don't even understand the difference between online marketing and offline marketing. They think marketing is marketing. Marketing isn't just marketing. You have to understand that there's a different mindset between online marketing and offline marketing. And, not to be too long-winded, so I will sum it up for you, but I just want to make sure your listeners have a clear understanding of at least this one fact, or their marketing is not going to reach the level that they can actually achieve. When someone goes shopping offline, for instance, no matter what store they go to, whether it's Ross, Target, Walmart, if someone physically goes into a store, even if that store doesn't have their favorite item or the item they came to purchase, they are not going to leave that store empty-handed. They're not.
Right.
And the reason they're not going to leave that store empty-handed is because they physically gotten up, gotten ready, gotten into their car, and drove to the store. That's one reason, but the other reason is that there are plenty of people who spend a lot of time studying and strategically positioning items so that when you go to the store, you see it. You see that item at the check stand. It's not there by accident. It was placed there specifically for you to notice it and pick it up right before you left the store. They have sale items and ads that pop out at you. So you may have went to the store because you need a pair of black jeans, but even if you get a pair of black jeans or not, you're not going to leave that store empty-handed. Online marketing is completely different. completely the opposite. And the reason is people are surfing the net. That's why it's called surfing the net. It doesn't require any energy for a person to go from website to website to website to website to website to website. They're sitting at home on their couch in their favorite lounge chair in bed looking at different websites. And so they may be in their pajamas. They've got their little footies on. They're watching television. They're not exerting any energy. So because they're not exerting any energy, it doesn't cost them anything. They didn't pay for gas to go to your online store. So what happens is now because I'm not exerting any energy, I no longer just want black jeans. I want black jeans at the lowest price. I want black jeans with free shipping. I want black jeans here tomorrow. I don't want to wait for my black jeans. I want my black jeans to arrive in a box tied in a bow. I want a discount for the next time I purchase some black jeans, and I want a coupon code to give to my friends so that they can save on their black jeans. So unless a store owner is able and willing to give a person everything that they want and compete with every other store in the world, we discussed being global earlier, but every other store in the world, not just our local Target or not just our local Ross, but every store in the world to sell that same pair of jeans, it makes it harder for the business owner or the business to make that sale. So you have to operate from that mindset that, okay, this person may visit my site. And that's one of the questions that I have from business owners is they say, you know what, Sharifah, I have hundreds of visitors. Okay, you're going to have hundreds of visitors because, yes, they visited your site, but you only had the black jeans and you didn't have free shipping. So now they've visited your website and they're going to go to different websites. So what I do is I help the business owners and the businesses compete with that in mind and compete in this marketplace and say, how do we get your visitors to become customers? That's what I do.
Right. Well, that's the bottom line right there. I mean, you can come and visit all you want, but if you're not taking from me what I'm offering you, then I wasted my time.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, I definitely like what you offer. I definitely like what you're saying. And to my listeners out there, those who are listening, Ask Sharifah is the website that you need to go to, AskSharifah.com. You can learn about what she offers, how she operates her online marketing services. You can check out what she helps you with the search engines. You can monetize. In fact, you need to learn how to monetize your online presence. And definitely, if you want to go ahead and break through the financial struggles that business owners face in this ever-changing, seem like downward spiraling economy, then you need some professional help. And my friends, there aren't very many people who are willing to offer you the best of their services at no charge, for free. And you know how we like free. So
that's my favorite.
I'm I'm telling you, this is what we excel in, trying to bring you the best information that helps you to move to the next level. You can stay stagnant if you want to, but our hope, our prayer, our dream and wish for you is that you are excelling in every area of your life. And Sharifah, I am so glad that you were able to be on the call and to share all of this information, a wealth of information for my listeners. And I am excited. I'm really excited for you because, like I said, I'm listening to you when you say you come from here and you've arrived at this place here, and you have a humble spirit, and I tell you, it's amazing. I mean, you said you've been out there 20 years. I'm looking at the pictures here online right now, and it doesn't even look like you've been through. It is amazing. We used to say, it's a good thing that I don't look like what I've been through.
Absolutely.
Man, God is good. God is good. So I am overjoyed that you spent this time with us. Now, in closing, I'm going to leave you to my listeners to give them a parting word of encouragement, or to, if they were on the fence right now, said, I don't know if I should call Sharifah. I don't know if I had the